If it weren't for Muay Thai, I would have surely been fed up with my life in America. Muay Thai was the door that opened for me, and it was like Maggie opened that door for me because I didn't know about it. Muay Thai, to me at the time we met, was the striking part of MMA.
I don't know if we would have even gotten this far without each other. For me, when we first met, I was pretty much thinking about quitting and maybe training just a little bit for fun. I think we found what we were looking for maybe 5 years ago, and now we have something new that we're searching for. Now that I know we can do this, something that has been an uphill battle the whole time, I can't imagine stopping, you know. I think the momentum is there, and once we took the chance on ourselves, you know, it can only grow from here. Some people will say they're not afraid. Some fighters find comfort in saying, I'm not afraid of anything. I am not one of those fighters, but the fear that comes from stepping in the ring is something different, because you know when you step in there that it's a test to show what you've done leading up to that moment, and there's no hiding. Having that true moment of honesty with yourself is terrifying. I don't know if other people get to experience that very often unless they're in another art and they make themselves vulnerable on purpose. So it's very scary, but also very exciting, because you know there's a possibility for you to come out of it and have learned that you're stronger than you ever thought, or you're smarter than you gave yourself credit for.
Maggie and I met in 2016. I had just started training at this MMA gym in Boston, and Maggie was in town visiting her sister and was looking for a place to train because she had been training for maybe 5 years, right?
Yeah, a few years.
Before already, and she had been fighting, and you know, one day she was in the class that I was in, and we just kind of hit it off and started hanging out a little bit after training. And she tells me that there's this tournament, a Muay Thai tournament in New York, and you know, I was looking to fight more, and I wanted to do it, but my coach couldn't go, so they were like, okay, yeah, you can do it, but she's basically your coach because she's gonna do the cornering and
all the planning.
I had only known her for a couple of weeks, but I wanted to make a career out of fighting, and I didn't know that I loved Muay Thai until she convinced me to fight in this tournament. Everything I wanted to dedicate my life to came to me at the same time.
So bringing my family, my parents specifically, into the world of Muay Thai and of this new partner who was also really invested in Muay Thai was it was an important moment for me and the dynamic in my family. You know, I had found Muay Thai and been doing it for a couple of years and found that it was too lonely to do it by myself and not have my family on board.
Her family does not really like Muay Thai. Her dad is from Thailand, actually. They don't really understand. My family does a little bit now, but
they're trying.
Her parents are pretty resistant to them, I think. And my family in this realm is similar. They think it's so crazy to get hurt, you know, as your profession intentionally get hurt or to hurt other
Directly.
people.
It's an agreement between two people to discover more about yourself by challenging one another.
A huge part of the decision to move to Thailand was just that we weren't happy doing what we were doing, living in America and trying to train part-time and feeling like you're just playing at Muay Thai. When, to me, I knew I wanted to be a professional, and I knew that the best place to be, if that's what your goal is here in Thailand.
We really had to struggle together in America to keep that idea alive and believe in ourselves that it was a good idea, because we heard from so many people that it was crazy, that we were going to regret spending all of our money and our time and our youth on this.
We got married in May, and we left for Thailand at the end of June. Our visa photos from when we first came to Thailand to live were taken on our wedding day. They're basically our wedding photos, yeah. We got to Thailand I think it was July 5th or something, 2021. As soon as we were able to start training in the gym, I felt like, okay, at least I'm doing this. I mean, I think that, to this day, I still question, did we make the right decision? Is this all a huge mistake, right? But I know it's not.
It's more a question of, am I really committed to this? And it's important to ask every day, are we doing enough to make Muay Thai our life and our future? We came to Fairtex, a lower middle range, and now that we've been here and fighting regularly at the stadiums in Bangkok, we're at upper middle range.
We've definitely leveled up a lot since we got here. Exactly what we came here for.
We are following our dreams.
This is our living room. It's not too much. We have a TV that we never use, a couple of desks that Maggie got so we could work a little bit easier. That's a photo of Maggie, and I think her second fight at Lumpini. One of our friends took it and framed it for her because it was a good fight.
Nice. Are you proud of this photo?
Yeah, this is one of my best fights for sure.
That is our mongkon, which is like a headband that you wear before you go into the fight.
Trainer will put it on you and give you a blessing and then pray over you right before the fight and take it off.
Our trainer gave us the amulet, and we've actually met the monk who's on the amulet, but it's also where we keep our wedding ring. So it's, it's part of our sort of ritual.
And it's nice to keep it close and wear it for special events,
Yeah.
Fights that are really a valuable experience for us. One thing that I left behind was my, professional career, but I didn't want to stop my life for what I had decided when I was 19, 20. So it's something that I left behind, but I wasn't sorry for. That doesn't haunt me. I'm very happy about it. But the thing that I left behind that haunts me is definitely my family. Right now, it's just too painful to engage with them the way it used to be. I feel more afraid of talking to them about why Muay Thai is so important to me than I do for stepping in the ring. I know they know what it means to take a risk for something that you can't help but follow. In general, if you're living and training in Thailand, you'll have one main trainer who will be in charge of the strategy, will train you most days, emotional support and making sure you're healthy and talking to the boss on your behalf. So it's a really important relationship to develop and have a lot of respect within that dynamic. Muay Thai definitely builds a really big community. I think in Thailand, it's a huge part of the culture already. It's a national sport. It's as a profession, it's highly respected. Being a trainer is a valuable skill set here. And developing the business side of it allows the community to build too.
One of the main ways for fighters to make enough money to live in Thailand and keep fighting, because sometimes your fight purse just isn't enough, is to teach seminars in their home country.
We have the posters of all of our superstars from one championship and one Lumpini. So we've got Junior and Thai, Celeste, and then up here as well we have the one championship fighters. All of the official champions have won the belt. The world of female fighters is growing, and I'm seeing younger and younger girls participating in the sport and competing in the sport starting from an early age, which is what men have been doing for, I don't know, all of human history, getting ready to fight each other. It gives me so much hope, because I think the understanding of your own body that anyone has when they start training Muay Thai, it grows so quickly if you're committed to learning what Muay Thai has to offer, whether you choose to fight or not. And especially for women, everywhere in the world, there's people trying to take away the rights you have to your own body in so many different ways. To have superstars that are breaking world records, as not just for female fighters, but just for fighters in general, like it's amazing, and we're really catching up, and I think breaking a lot of barriers by just choosing to do this sport. You know, it's not a traditional lifestyle, and it's, as I know from personal experience, it's not readily accepted by everyone, but the struggle fuels the fire, the way you think, and your ability to have agency on all of your decisions and not rely on someone else to tell you what to do. I think that's the core of female fighters, is they experience oppression in all these little ways, and whether they're aware of it or not, they've found their way to this sport that values hard work regardless of who you are, and is open to having women prove themselves to be, you know, at the same capacity as men when given the chance. Part of the reason why Aaron and I chose to come here to Fairtex in Pattaya was because of the emphasis overall to have a strong female fight team. The women here aren't treated different than the men.
Now I will shadow box a little bit and hit the bag and wait for a trainer to call me for pad work. I don't feel like I ran away from America. I think that the things that haunt me are with me all the time anyway. But to me, fighting and being a fighter professionally is to deal with what haunts you, you know, combat yourself every day, and that's part of why I want to be here. As soon as we'd been here for a few months, my coach took me on, and he's been my coach for every fight that I've had here now. It's a very important relationship, being able to trust the person that is telling you what to do or helping you make adjustments mid-fight. It's really hard to fight without somebody that you trust. Stepping into the ring is just such a tiny part of the roller coaster of emotions that fighting involves. It's like, and it's such a hard part to describe because it feels like it goes so fast. You feel like afraid of everything, but of not knowing what's about to happen, but also like free and assuming that you prepared well, you know, like confident that you can make it go your way, or at least leave something of yourself in there and be proud of it. My plan going forward is to fight for as long as I can, to get as much experience as I can at the highest level that I can. I do see myself as a coach someday in the future. I see myself as a coach a little bit now, but I'm mostly a fighter now. So my plan is to be as good and as successful a fighter as I can be, so that I can be as good and successful a coach as I can be when that time comes.
Aaron is working with Ben, a fellow American, to build up his clinch game. Clinching is the wrestling bit of Muay Thai, or as close to wrestling as you get. Definitely an area that foreigners come to Thailand specifically to learn. One of the best parts of my day is being able to do what we both love together.
Home to me is, ever since I met Maggie, it's just been wherever she is.
Home for me is, it sounds cheesy, but honestly, wherever Aaron is.
Wherever she goes is home to me.